Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing it from my backyard patio area just outside my lanai. Just out here taking out the trash, and I figured why not do a YouTube video. Today's YouTube video I will be talking about Psy-Ops, which is short for psychological operations, and I'm also going to be talking about growing food in a community, like turning your yard into at least partially agricultural. So the first part of this YouTube video is to talk about, of course, what I said earlier, Psy-Ops, psychological operations. What really got me going about that is today I went into Publix, which is a local shopping chain down here in Florida. So I go in there, they have the sign up on the doors that say, if you've been fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, and if you haven't been vaccinated, then you still are required to wear one. I'm just wondering how many people are actually that aren't wearing masks have actually been vaccinated. I mean, in other words, how many people are dumb enough to actually go along with that? I mean, I know that the virus itself is real. You can't deny that. It's a really bad flu, but I'm along the train of thought that it was released on purpose, it was done maliciously, and it was done to destroy world economies, mainly of the Western world. That is a very strong working theory, because look at how Western countries are being decimated by this, and it seems that the Wuhan lab in the country that it came from, that definitely is working in their favor, because they seem to be doing the best out of everyone during this pandemic. At least they're making it seem that way. So, but getting back to the whole mandate thing, these are CDC guidelines, which are just that. CDC guidelines. The CDC does not... Who the hell are they? They can't draft legislation. They can't pass laws. They can't force you to do anything. It's just a guideline. But I'm wondering how many people are actually going by this guideline, and I wonder, so far it hasn't happened, but I'm wondering if anyone is actually going to try to enforce it by coming up to an unmasked person and asking them, hey, have you been vaccinated? Well, let me see your proof of vaccination since you're not wearing a mask, I would say. And see, here's the whole thing with that. If anyone challenges you on it, you could just cite the HIPAA laws, which it's illegal for anyone to ask about personal medical information. You don't have to release that. And it is just, I'm wondering that whoever is behind this, if, this whole thing, if we're not just being punked like on a national scale, I mean, is somebody going to come out at the end of all this nonsense and say, we just messed with all you people and disrupted your lives just to see what would happen? Makes me wonder. Now, going to the second segment of my YouTube channel, I wanted to talk about sustainability and how local communities can kind of partake in that. And especially down here in Florida, I mean, our climate is favorable for growing food. Now, granted, there's some fruits and vegetables that are difficult to grow down here. I have a neighbor across the street who's a very avid gardener, and he would keep telling me stories. He's originally from Illinois, how up there he could just stick something in the ground and it would grow like wildfire. But down here, not so much. And, a big part of the problem is Florida soil is a lot of sand. And even when you buy like bags of dirt, the, compost, that really good soil to try to plant things in, even that doesn't really seem to work. So, I mean, it can be a challenge to grow things down here, but it is definitely possible. And could you imagine in the average community around here if everyone just kind of grew a few things? Maybe turn part of your backyard. I'm going to give you a quick pan. All that empty space is slated for agricultural needs. So far, it's that one orange tree has been there for a couple of years. It's a mandarin orange tree, and obviously oranges are something that flourish down here in Florida. You could pretty much stick an orange tree anywhere and it's going to grow more times than it won't. But, even with things that may be challenging to grow, like tomatoes or peppers or blueberries or whatever else you can think of, I mean, if enough effort is put into it, you can cultivate tomatoes and peppers and other things down here. And imagine if every person in the community just dedicated a small portion of their backyard to agricultural purposes. I mean, you could actually have like an entire community where you can swap off, people can grow different things, and you can trade off fruits and vegetables, like bartering. And just a possibility. It's something that could definitely work. And I know we are in the dry season down here in Florida, and it has been an exceptionally dry season. I mean, for late May, this is where we should be making our transition into the rainy season, which means that it should be unbearably humid out here and should be hotter than it is. But we've actually had it's weather-wise, it's been nice, but could really use some rain. I mean, look how dead everything is. I've been trying to keep up on watering things, especially the orange tree. That's probably the most important because that's going to be producing food. So definitely want to tend to that. But, that is pretty much it. That's just a short, quick video to put out there. And again, everyone watching, you know the drill. Like, share, comment, and especially comment if, you agree or disagree that the government is using this whole COVID pandemic as a psy-op. I mean, to me, I definitely see elements of that, and it looks like that is what they're doing. They're abusing their authority with it, and it's just the stupidity behind it. I mean, don't people know that you can just cite HIPAA laws and they can't do or say anything to you if they see you not wearing a mask? I mean, like, where are they going with this? I mean, is this just like an IQ test to see how stupid people are? I just don't get it, but hoping that things turn around and get better. Hoping that more people wake up to what is really going on. Hoping that more people just critically think. On that note, peace out.